Hi everyone. A bit of an update. Um, it's March. In fact, it's nearly end of March. And we're all locked indoors. um, Things have been a bit interesting, as you probably appreciate. So where we are, as you probably know, the second batch, there was about 150 orders, something like that. Um, there was a few delays I'll go into in a second. I started shipping them and I've shipped out, I think, probably to 40 and by Monday, 30 I think already. By Tuesday I should ship out another 40 or 50. So I think within another 2 weeks I'll have got that lot out of the way. Because thankfully people are only ordering one at a time. Where not like the Kickstarter where they're ordering 2, maybe 3 at a time, and of course it was taking a while to pack up. But anyway, problem I had was that on this batch some of the I'm really exacting on the quality of things, but some of the rear panels there was a problem with folding wasn't quite as accurate, so we had a delay and so on. While I had to go through them all and check them, so some of them gone back which have been adjusted and maybe some new ones have been made. But funnily enough, because I over-ordered the rear panels, it's not actually held things up too much. But on the, right, so obviously on the coronavirus, this thing, now look, you have to understand, look, touch wood, I haven't got it. I'm self-isolating. My whole family is. My parents are as well. My children, my 2 adult children, doing the same thing. We're all working from home. So there shouldn't be any problems there. However, I will say if you're getting a case, probably wouldn't hurt. Now on the cardboard, the disease only lasts 24 hours, so I'm not worried about the cardboard. But obviously, when you open it up, the thing is metal. It wouldn't hurt you to wipe over it with something, because I obviously build these by hand. Now, as I said, as far as I'm aware, I don't have it. And we have been fairly good on this. And but the interesting thing, of course, is that people are going to say, "But hang on a second, you've got an office. You leaving home?" Yeah, so I do. I have an office. You've seen the pictures. But what I do is it's above an estate agent's, and it's 2 rooms where I build everything in. But I'm very careful with that, so the people there don't come into the rooms. And when I go in now I wear a glove to open all the doors. But I also, importantly, I get there at about 7ish at night, and I work till 2 in the morning. So obviously I do my day job, go up there. So while I'm building these things, we're trying to get them done really quick, in case things change. Now, why am I telling you this? Well, so in about soon, once I've got over halfway through shipping out this second batch, I will have some spare cases. There's going to be about 50, 60 cases, but I've already got 50 or 60 people on the waiting list. And so they will be getting an email soon. Now it's slightly different. Now I'm changing things. And I haven't implemented the software on this yet, but basically what's going to happen is you're going to get a code which you will enter to create an account. And the only way you can get it is to get that code. So I'm trying to, so that people who have sent the email, they will get this code, so they'll get first shots at it. Now that will clear this batch of cases out, and of course I've got enough plastics to make another 400, I think. But interestingly, because obviously there's a problem at the moment, we don't know. I'm sure we can get them manufactured, but the manufacturers, it's only really the effect. The next batch is going to need more circuit boards from China, so you can understand that things are a little bit odd. This 50 I should have all the parts to build. Okay, might take 2 or 3 weeks to get it out to you, but I have all the parts in there to build. Now, again, I'm going to shut it down as soon as I get to a certain number of orders, probably around 50 cases. I'll shut the whole thing down. And then if there's any spares at the end when I've built them and shipped them out, then I'll open it up just to let a handful of people in. But then, of course, I've got to manufacture another batch. Now, I'm probably going to do the next batch will be on a... I haven't decided exactly how it's going to work, because my concern is I don't want to be renting the offices forever, so this depends on the manufacturing. You know, are the manufacturers going to get shut down? I just don't know. This is something that's a bit of a dilemma at the moment. So if you do get an email from me and you want a case, you get on there and order it. Because now, just in case someone comes at the end and there's a problem, I'll just refund any orders that I can't ship if you want that refund, or you can stay on it and for the next batch. Now, there will be another big batch, and I will be getting people to put their names down. I'll give more details about this later on, but it'll probably be like a waiting list, and then you go on and you pre-order. So I'm going to have like almost a pre-order. I won't be asking for... Well, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this yet, but I don't want... If I know it's going to be months, I don't want people's money. But if I know it's going to be, I can start the manufacturing shortly, then I will want the payments to be made. So if you pay, you get it. It just means you might have to wait a while. So the next batch after this 50 coming up is going to be a little bit, pre-ordering. But technically at the moment it's only, as I said, I think there's probably enough, about 400 or 500 cases left. So I can still manufacture them. Now, here's the interesting thing. Why I'm putting this in place is I've taken one of the cases. I'm sure you guys don't mind. So I've put a case in that's going out in this... No, actually went out over the weekend. This Monday. Is going to LGR from YouTube. Now this has always been... I've held off on this because I know he was interested in one. And we had a chat, and I've sent him a system, and he's going to build an Amiga 1200 into it. Now, he's got 1.2 million subscribers. Now, I'm not expecting to sell millions, obviously, but it may be that just floods and sells instantly the next batch, because I have to work out what I've got left, and I'm going to do a batch to sell off that lot, because after that, you see, I have to make a decision. Do I make more plastics? And this is the problem. I can make 100 cases, 200 cases at a time, the metalwork, that's fine, but it's the plastics. You have to order 1,000 at a time, so that's the issue I've got at the moment. Hence, we'll see what happens if the LGR thing kicks off. I'm looking at the lens there. I should be looking there. If the LGR thing does take off, then you never know, I might be able to turn this into a day job. I mean, to be fair, if he's got 1.2 million subscribers and they're all retro fans, and even if 1,000 people wanted one, that's a different ball game. And so, as I said, this is kind of an experiment. Closer to home, Miss Mad Lemon. Some of you may remember the video. She came on the chat before the Kickstarter. I was kind of coerced into the case, but I'm building her one. She had nothing to do with this, but one of the why don't you give her a case? Yeah. All right, okay, yeah. But so I'm gonna send her one because she has it's such a great channel. And so I'm going to be fascinated to see what she does with it. She actually said to me, no, you don't have to send it, No, she's a really cool lady. So, but I'm going to send her one, and then be interested to see what she does with it, and the feedback and that kind of thing. So what else is going to happen? So I'll get them cases shipped out. The ordering system for the people on the waiting list, the waiting list is pretty much full. There's enough people there to take all these, so you're not likely to get one now. But if we'll see what happens to the LGR one, and more importantly about the manufacturing. But anyway, so in the meantime, once I finish getting these cases out, I'm going to be doing some more videos, and I've got a whole list of things. Now I'm going to do one video why the Amiga never went mobile, and there's obviously some information out. Now I've got to speak to a couple of people to see if they want to get involved in it. But I think it's an interesting subject, but you know, you never know. Another one is, this is not Amiga, this is just something I'm interested in, is like the journey to mobiles. And so, I mean, I have one of these. This is a Cyan Organizer, and I also, I should have opened these up, shouldn't I? I also have one of these, and these are kind of the progression through to mobile. Now, this one, I've never, those two I had, I always had one in the past. Never had one of these, but I bought one recently for about £40. Now, I know that Dan's already reviewed this. It's not actually going to be a review, but it's quite an important product because it's the first ARM-powered, my understanding, it's the first ARM-powered mobile kind of device, carried with you device. It's actually quite nice. I mean, the handwriting recognition is more funny than anything else. So that'll be like a short video just going through the journey to mobile, which, I mean, I had these been a bit of an early adopter. So that's going to be a video coming up. Also, I may intercut some pictures here, but as you probably, if I clear some of this out of the way just for a second, this I described to my family. This is rocking horse shit. Now I got this. I've always wanted one of these because they're kind of, well, apart from being really rare, it's a British company, and they made this, but sadly they announced it in 1983. Okay, they announced it in 1983, and it has a bit of fluff. It has, it's almost like an 8-bit Amiga. Okay, and which is absolutely fascinating to me, but they're so rare. And I found there was that you can get them for £500, £600, whatever. They come up every now and then. But there was a guy in Egypt. He had a warehouse full of them, and so I ordered one, and I've got it. It's got a bit of a problem at the moment. It's rolling, the display, but someone's come back to me from Hungary where they sold a lot, and he's given me some things to have a look at because it doesn't. I got an RGB cable and I've got an SD card and I've got a few other things. So this is going to be make a couple of fantastic videos, I think. And I like this because it literally is. I mean, it's got like 2 support chips and a Z80, and it's everyone who says it's a really impressive little machine. So there's going to be a couple of videos coming on there. Also, I have my others down here, like I've got my Atari 800 I've got to do a video on, I've got my Archimedes I've got to do a video on, I might do a video on the original Checkmate 1500, and oh yeah, and this now I was never a Commodore 64 person, so it's kind of just turn it around. I was never a Commodore 64 person, but I bought this as kind of, the reason I probably mentioned this before, but the reason I bought this was because my baby son, who's now just over a year, he likes banging keyboards, and I thought, well, no, I don't want him to beat it up, but I thought it'd be quite nice to, you know, when he gets older, he can type and maybe play some games and, you know, maybe learn to program. Because I think there's great value in learning how to program 8-bit machines, because when you got to the Amiga and onwards, it started to be about libraries, and you was abstracted away from the hardware a little bit. I know people bang the Amiga hardware. I get that. I know that. But as it went further and further, you got abstracted from the hardware. But you could literally play it now, and I know it's an emulator in there. Personally, I don't care. But I thought that was quite nice, and they've done a great job on that little product, especially for the price. I mean, I paid about £100 for that, and it's just brilliant. It looks amazing. So there's some videos coming. I will be doing some videos on my 3000 and my 2000, because some of you may be aware my 3000 is pretty special. It's got a video toaster set up in it, a couple of NTSC cameras, and my 2000's got my Vampire in it now, and it's also got a digital video editing system in it. So I'm going to try doing a stream. Set up a stream like live stream with toaster video in it, if it makes any sense. I've been kind of beaten to the punch by Bill Winters, Amiga Bill, a flipping awesome video, Bill. That was a great video. It's like, oh god. But yeah, so probably going to do that soon. But yeah, so that's where I am. I should have batch 2 out within a couple of weeks. People should have all them. And the next 50 you will be get if you've already got your name on the on the waiting list. I will send them in order. Okay. And you're going to get a code which you have to enter the code so you can create an account. I'm kind of locking down there so that it's not like everyone just jumps in and beats them to it. So there's going to be a code you have to enter, just to be fair to those who did, send in the email. But yeah, so what can I say? Oh, I'll also do a video about my rig, my camera. I've got a Canon M50 and I've been playing with that, and I might do a video. Well, no, I'm going to do a video on this because actually I might be able to answer. So I've done my usual play with it and improve bits and pieces on it and things like, hey, you can only have one monitor. I've got 2 monitors on it. Although actually, funny enough, I haven't got that switched on. I found a way of well, I can tell you now. If you've got an M50 and you're fed up with the fact that if you've got an external monitor, I put a video switch. I put a little digital video switcher between the cable, and so you can see both. You just press the button around the back. So set it all up first, and then press the button. You have got this big screen. So it works quite nice. That's it really. Waffling on again. Can hear the family outside, and I will speak to you soon. Probably a bit sooner for the next one. Once I've got these out of the way, I might do a live stream again. Get another live stream going because people have been fantastic in the Facebook group. They've all supporting each other, which really takes the pressure off. We'll see what happens. Anyway, if you bought a case, thanks very much. If you didn't buy a case, that's fine. If you see Clint arrives on the Facebook group, I'm sure you'll be really nice to him. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye. Okay, so one more thing. Patreon. I'm trying to decide. I obviously want to thank my patrons for the support, because I know a lot of them have dropped their patrons for me, which I understand. But there's a hardcore people that have supported me, and I've still got around 80. And I want to thank them for being around. Some of them have been doing lots. Now I'm considering doing a giveaway for existing patrons that stuck around. I'm pretty much going to do this. So what I was going to do for the ones that stuck around, so you know who you are, and I can see who you are. I'm going to basically give away a case to one of my patrons. Now, if that patron's already got a case, they can have another case if they want, or they can have some parts, and we'll discuss something. I'll come back later on about the whole process, but there's only about 80 people in this list, and I'm kind of going to do it based on the amount they've paid. Some of them paid a lot of money, so it's almost like a raffle. You bought a raffle ticket with the funds that you've put in over time, and then I'll do a draw on that sometime in 2 or 3 months. So if you are paid now, look. If you suddenly come back on and go, I'm gonna print off a list of people who've been my patrons and who I'm gonna do it up until the end. I think probably up until I don't know, maybe up until last month. Okay, when the last payment came out, this is literally and all those that exist at that point. So even though about a handful have dropped out, if they donate quite a lot, then I'm going to do it. But anyway, so I'm going to do that. But also I'm thinking of in the future, because obviously what I'd like to do is the Patreon is actually really useful, because you'd be surprised that now some people have been putting in $10 a month. You don't need to do that. What I'd rather have, and everyone would rather have, but I'd rather have a lot of people doing $1 a month, which is next to nothing, because it does mean that I can. What I do is I use that money to experiment without hitting my normal income. So it allows me to experiment. A lot of money has gone on. Well, you know, bought this, you know, buying all these bits so I can do videos. So, but also things like upgrading my camera, which well, I never had a camera before, so I've always used my mobile phone to do it, which is fine. But of course, it does mean you're using your mobile phone. So for my patrons, I'm going to be doing some giveaways. So I've actually got with this thing. I'm going to do the first giveaway. Now this will be for new people. So the ones that stuck around, I'm going to I'll work out some kind of thing with a case. If you're, I'll post a message on Patreon. So basically, if you, I'll be generous. If basically if you funds came out from last month, not this month, because you could just jump in there and you know. But for people that funds that came out last month, I'm going to be doing a list from there. So kind of if you dropped out before that, I'm going to look for the list of people who dropped out, but maybe donated like more than $50, or they did it for quite a while. So I'm going to kind of look through it, and then I'll try and be fair as I can. But basically, it's the people in the past. So this is the case will be for the people in the past who supported me. For the future. When I've done the review of these devices, I've actually got another one of these. I'm going to keep this, right? Because I really like it. I showed my daughter it the other day, and she nearly freaked out. I didn't believe she get. I just thought, you know, I showed some nerdy stuff, and she told me. But she got really excited because apparently she used to play with this all the time when she was little. So she really liked that. So I'm going to keep that one. But I've got another one coming with the smaller screens, which I'll give that away. And so what I'm probably going to do is, over the year, I'm going to give prizes away to my patrons, because the funds that are coming in. Now, of course, it's to encourage you maybe to be a patron. And if you, for example, if you've bought a case and you think I did a good job, and if you want to donate $1 a month, I know you've already bought the case, and I understand it. Why would I want to do that? Well, I get that, but it does mean that the case didn't happen miraculously. I mean, it was kind of funded by the ad revenue from YouTube and some other bits and pieces, and then obviously a lot of it came out of my pocket anyway. But it's you know, it's not a day job, it's not making a day job, but it allows me to play around, and it's experimentation that allows me to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want to become a patron, going forward, don't do more than $1 a month. I'd rather have a few hundred people doing $1 a month, because it does make a difference. It really does. So yeah, then I'll be doing giveaways. So I'll probably buy some kit. Look at this. This is great, and then you know, may have some giveaways. And I've got lots of stuff which might be interesting to people. So which I'll do some little giveaways to encourage it. That's it really. If you have supported, thank you for supporting me. If you're thinking about it, but ultimately, if you've got any suggestions, what you'd like, I mean, it might just be say, no, I just want more video content. I get that. I mean, you know, but I've been busy building cases and you know, trying to spend a bit of time with my family. Yeah, so I will be doing more videos. And because I'm fascinated by all this stuff, and I mean little things like I'm not giving that away. It turns turns the computers. But yeah, so but thanks very much to my patron supporters, and if you want to be a patron supporter, it'd be much appreciated. I'll put a link so you can go and support me on there, because the YouTube revenue doesn't do anything. It's hardly even worth bothering. But Patreon does make a massive difference. That's it really. More waffle about can you give me some money by Patreon. Alright, speak to you soon. See you in the next video. Bye. Right, so here's my Canon M50, as you can see. Basically my rig. I've got an external mic plugged into it. If I go around the back, You can see it's pretty cool actually. Now this is an interesting thing. See, HDMI switcher. So what I do is I take the output from the video and then I plug it into here, and then I just switch. This thing cost me a £5, and there's a couple of these two little adapters. See, when you plug into the top, and then just by pressing that button, it switches between the screens. It actually makes quite a nice little system. So you can do your, I mean, I'm not got it turned on at the moment, but you do your work on the front. Okay, you do your work on the front, set it all shot up, and then just switching that over and just switches it over to the big display, which is actually really useful. But anyway, that's my Canon M50. And basically, Patreon's paid for that.